The WNBA season is back underway after their all-star break, and two of the bottom teams in the league last season have turned it around this season and are set to meet for the second time on the year. As from the nation's capital and Care First Arena in Washington, D.C., it's the homestanding Washington Mystics taking on the Dallas Wings. Both teams currently in playoff position as we speak. Dallas comes in with a mark of 18-10 on the season. That puts them fourth best in the league behind only Minnesota, Las Vegas, and Golden State, while Washington sits seventh in the WNBA standings at 15-12 on the year. The top 8 make the WNBA playoffs. It's a Mystics franchise that has been below 500 in 3 consecutive seasons, but what a turnaround they have created this year with a very inexperienced and young team that is getting the job done so far this season. With that, we say hello, one and all. I'm Matthew Owens. Welcome to DC. Thanks for having us in on this Friday night in the W. Dallas and Washington, as I said, these two teams were very much towards the bottom of the WNBA standings last year, but they are two very young teams that have started to turn it around this year. They're both in playoff positioning. Dallas solidly inside the top 8 in the standings. Washington tied with the New York Liberty for 7th in the standings, but they have a 4.5 game bulge on the Portland Fire, who are the first team below the playoff cut line. So Washington and Dallas both with playoff aspirations, and for good reason this season. Second meeting of the year. The first time these two teams met, it was way back at the very start of the year. Dallas scored the victory 92-69 back on May the 18th. It was the Wings' 4th game of the season. Dallas 7-2 so far in the month of July. That's how they've gotten this record up to 18-10. They're 10-5 on the season away from home. They are coming off of a loss, however. Dallas on Wednesday night against Atlanta, a game in which they led by 12 with 7.5 minutes left, even led by 5 with 30 seconds left, lost to the Dream 82-81. As the starting lineups for Dallas, it's Paige Bueckers, the reigning Rookie of the Year, one of the best all-around players already in the W, along with her teammate at UConn, Azzi Fudd, the number 1 overall pick, Arike Ogunbowale Awak-Kuir, and Jessica Shepard, who's averaging a double-double a game and leads the league in double-doubles. Rounds out the starting lineup for this Dallas team, coached by Jose Fernandez. For Washington, the homestanding Mystics, Georgia Amor, the Australian, gets the start, along with Sonia Citron, who is one of the most underrated players in the W at over 17 points per game. Michaela Onyenwede, along with Kiki Iriafen and Shakira Austin, who's also one of the top double-double players in the league, 7th most at 10 on the season, winds out the starting lineup for the Mystics, coached by 52-year-old Sydney Johnson. So we're ready to go here in D.C. The Mystics at home wearing an alternate purple and pink kit with Dallas in white, and the tip is controlled by the Mystics, and we are underway on this Friday night in the WNBA. The Mystics get the first possession of the night, and Shakira Austin takes it from the top of the circle, dives inside, running layup, misses. Offensive rebound was controlled underneath by Iriafen, who flips it back to the right of the lane, and twisting and turning her way back in for the opening basket is Austin, and Washington gets the first basket of the night. Dallas wearing white uniforms, attacking from our left to our right in this first half. Dark blue numbers and bright green trim, and we get a quick stoppage as a whistle. Holding the ball was Kuir, and she got fouled on the floor. Sydney Johnson, as I mentioned, the Mystics head coach. Dallas on the inbound near side. Front court to Bueckers. Right corner for Fudd. Dives it on the inside. Kawir gets it out of the right corner and back to the wing. Fudd launches away for three and connects. AZ Fudd from downtown hits the three with a silky smooth triple. She had 20 points on Wednesday night in the loss to Atlanta. 3-2 lead for Dallas, who, as I mentioned, 10-5 away from home this season. Washington back on offense, and a looping pass underneath the basket taken and scored in close, and it's a 4-3. Mystics lead a minute 15 into the game. Here's Ueru dribbling at the top of the circle, feeds it back to the left corner. Ogunbowale rises up and knocks down a three. Arike Ogunbowale from downtown. And a 6-4 start for the Wings as they've hit a couple from the outside. They are a good three-point shooting team. Here's Shakira Austin taking it from the top of the circle, dribbles inside, wraps it back up high. Left wing three launched and missed by Onyenwede. Dallas with the rebound, and here come the Wings. Back into the front court. Fudd fades out to the right corner. Centered ball comes for Jessica Shepard, who lifts it to the left corner for a three that misses, and it's Washington with the rebound. And a pull-up three from Citron in transition. Clinks off the right side of the orange rim to our left. No good. Cleared away by Kawir, and the Wings have it back. Bueckers steps into a quick triple right wing, and that misses off the back of the rim. Rebound down to Washington. Citron brings it back up. Hands it off left arc. Taken by Citron, who dives it to the inside. And we've got a whistle and a foul going against the Wings. And they're actually going to count the basket on the driving layup. And a chance at a three-point play. As Iriafin was able to race her way to the inside against Kawir and score plus the foul. Not sure if she should have gotten continuation on that, but she did. So Iriafin with the basket, and she'll go to the line to try to give Washington the lead. Iriafin having a really good season, 15 points and over 9 rebounds a game. Makes the and one free throw. It's a 7-6 lead for the Mystics here in the first 2.5 minutes. Bueckers feeds it off right wing for Shepard. Out to Kawir, who stepped her way in off left arc to the interior and got called for a step. So that is a traveling violation on Awak Kawir from Cairo, Egypt. And the Mystics will bring it back into the front court to our left. Austin handles on the outside, hands it off. Cutting to the left elbow was Citron, and now it's back again for Austin. Now Citron has it again, off left wing, cuts to the middle of the floor, dribble drive inside, running layup, banks too strong off the window, but an offensive rebound pulled in by Austin, and she lays it in. Shakira Austin, who played collegiately at both Maryland and Ole Miss, was the number 3 overall pick by Washington a few seasons back. Here's a quick pull-up three off left wing, missing from Fudd. Rebound Mystics, one of the best rebounding teams in the WNBA, and they race into the front court, and it's shoveled down low by Citron, and it's fumbled out of bounds by Iriafin. A turnover by the Mystics. And it'll go back to Dallas. Up the floor they come with Jessica Shepard, who, coming off of her first appearance in a WNBA All-Star game, feeds the foul line. Bueckers stops, feeds Shepard on the right baseline. Mid-range pull-up jumper, a swirling miss. Austin, who averages over 9 rebounds a game, secures the boards. And the Mystics are back on offense again. Austin off the top of the key, hands it off, chiseling her way inside and losing the ball was Onyenwede, turned over to Dallas. Ogunbowale racing up the floor, feeds Shepard, cutting up the left baseline underneath the basket. Shepard goes up strong, banks it up, won't go, but a whistle and a foul is called against Kiki Iriafin. This is a Washington team that's had a lot of high draft picks over the last couple of seasons, and they've used them very well. Iriafin, one of those, the number 4 overall pick in the 2025 draft. She's been an all-star in each of her first 2 seasons. Here's Shepard at the line, knocks down her first. Jessica Shepard leading the WNBA in rebounding at over 12 a game. And averaging a double-double. 15 points, 12 boards a game. Second free throw is good. from Shepard. 9-8 lead for Washington as the Mystics bring the ball up the floor. 6 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Mystics ball. Citron moves it off the left wing. One of the most underrated players in the league, as I said, made a good move up the middle, cutting right to left. Down the lane she goes and draws a foul on her way to the rim. So Citron will go to the line. Scored 22 on Tuesday in Washington's first game out of the All-Star break against Connecticut. She's been held under 10 points in just 4 games this season, but in one of those was in that earlier meeting in May against Dallas, where she only scored 7 points. Citron to the line. First free throw is good. And the Mystics wearing their District of Change uniforms tonight. Splashes of pink and purple with white numbers. They attack in this first half from our right to our left. Citron at the line. Second free throw is good. 11-8 the lead for the Mystics. Dallas in all white. Alana Smith is checked into the game for the first time for the Wings. She brings it up the floor. Feeds it for Odyssey Sims, the veteran in her 13th year in the league. And we've got a quick whistle and a foul going up against Iriafen on the floor. So Iriafen picks up the foul. And she'll head to the bench to get a breather. And that brings in Lauren Betts for the first time for Washington, the national champion. Only 3 months ago at UCLA, the rookie drafted number 4 overall. Again, this is a Mystics team, as I said, a lot of high draft picks of late. Dallas on the inbound to Bueckers up top. Bueckers off the head of the key, moves it right for Fudd, back inside, and now back out again for Bueckers, who takes a screen. Turns the corner to the top of the circle. Pull-up jumper from 17 feet, misfires. Rebound down to Washington, and the Mystics on the ball again, turning her way inside. Onion Wade throws it into the right post, and it's off the hands of Betts and out of bounds. A Washington turnover. Talked about the youth on these two teams for Washington. 8 of their 13 players on the roster are rookies. Dallas into the front court, handled by Sims. Outside left, directs a bounce pass to Fudd off the top of the arc. Fudd gets to the right elbow, back out Bueckers. She moves her way to the right elbow with a pull-up jumper. It's blocked by Citron. And the Mystics bring it back the other way. Here she is, Citron, cutting in from the right. Had it poked away, but a foul is called against Dallas. As we're just about halfway through this first half here. 5:01 left in this first quarter, rather. So free throws for Sonia Citron, second-year player out of Notre Dame, second in Rookie of the Year voting last year. Knocks down her first free throw to give the Mystics a 12-8 lead, behind only Paige Bueckers, of course, in Rookie of the Year voting last season. Second free throw is good. Odyssey Sims will flash into the front court for Dallas quickly. In the right corner, tried to leave it for Bueckers. It's knocked out of bounds by Citron, out of bounds. It'll stay with Dallas. So the Wings will inbound it out of this timeout. 4:55 to go in the first quarter. A 13-8 lead for Washington on this Friday night in the WNBA. Two teams that look primed to go to the playoffs. Of course, second half of the season, things can certainly change. But Dallas looks very comfortably in a playoff position. And again, for Washington, top 8 teams make the playoffs in the WNBA. They sit in a tie for 7th, but they're 4.5 up on the cut line. 4.5 ahead of Toronto, who is the first team on the outside looking in. Wings to inbound out of this quick timeout here, just past the midway point of the first half. Coming off that tough loss on Wednesday night at home to Atlanta, led by double digits in the fourth quarter, and by 5 with just 30 seconds left, they led the Dream by but were outscored 8-2 over the last 30 seconds as Atlanta pulled off the road victory. Dallas to trigger in from underneath. Some question about who should be on the floor, apparently, is why the inbound is taking absolutely forever to get in, but now Sims is given the ball, and she throws it into the top of the arc for Bueckers on a right-handed dribble. Swings it right for Fudd. Bounce pass Ueru, back for Fudd, steps back top of the arc, holds, won't shoot. Feeds Alana Smith. Now to Sims, who turns the corner, gets to the foul line, ducks underneath Betts. Lean-in jumper misses off the back of the rim. Rebound is free, and a whistle comes in, a foul going against Washington. A loose ball foul. We'll keep it with Dallas. 4:39 left to play here in this first quarter. Wings on the inbound near side front court. In by Smith to Sims. Sims whips a fastball past right corner Bueckers. Return to Odyssey. Splits through two on the drive left elbow. Pull-up jumper was blocked by Citron. Pulled back in by Sims. Shot clock winding down, however, and Bueckers has the shot clock elapse on her and hit zero. It's a shot clock violation committed by Dallas. Great defense by Washington. Mystics, a team with a 7-6 record on the at home this season. Here they are on the ball. Citron moving on the perimeter from left to right. Centered ball for Austin. Throws it inside for Betts against two. Hooks it up right-handed off the back of the rim. It rolls off. Rebound Dallas. Here come the wings from our left to our right. Handed off for Fudd. Creeps her way to the foul line. Drives in, head down. Running layup misses off glass. Rebound Betts. She throws it ahead in transition, and the Mystics are back quickly. From the foul line, stopping is Austin. Gets it inside. Onyenwede cuts to the rim and gets fouled, and she'll go to the line. Well, Michaela Onyenwede. Just under 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter. 13-8 lead for Washington. And free throws for Onyenwede, the sixth-year player out of UCLA, originally from Aurora, Colorado. First free throw around the rim and out as it leaks off the right side of the rim. This is a Mystics team that has had so much success at the start of the season, mostly because of their defense. They only give up 83 points per game. That's the second best scoring defense so far. Second free throw rattles in for Onyenwede. 14-8 lead for Washington. Sims brings it up the floor for Dallas. Runs the point under a right-handed dribble. They've missed 9 of their first 11 shots from the field, the Wings. Bounce pass left elbow, Bueckers. Turns, faces, middle of the paint. Turns with a pull-up jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Betts with the rebound. And here come the Mystics again. That defense has kept Dallas cold early. Here's a drive inside by Austin down the lane, and she flips it up and in as it rolls around the rim and drops in. It's a 16-8 Mystics lead with just north of 3 minutes to go in the first half. Sims down the lane, kicks to the left corner. Open look at a three, missed badly. Betts spiked the rebound into the ground. Came to the midcourt stripe. Bueckers comes up with it for Dallas. Plays it down the lane, and then Bueckers gets it on a return. Rises up in tight and scores. They were just 2 of 13 from the field prior to that Bueckers make from the inside. 6-point Washington lead. Citron moves in on a flash to the right and draws a foul. And it'll be Sonia Citron going to the line again. Austin, after that last running layup, wanted to know why there wasn't a foul. Wanted the and one. Free throws, and the first one good by Sonia Citron. 11th in the league in scoring at 17.4 points per game. Onyenwede will go to the bench to get her first breather. Citron's second field goal, free throw rather, is good. It's an 18-10 lead for Washington. 2:50 to go here in the first quarter. On the inbound, Odyssey Sims. Across the timing line into the front court to our right. Around the arc, dribbles from right to left. Centers for Agumbawale, who through traffic wraps it to the left corner. Agumbawale, a dribble drive, back out Sims. Wanted to line up the three, instead fed the right corner. Now an entry feed for Ueru. And a foul is called on Betts. As the rookie Lauren Betts picks up the foul, hitting Lee Ueru from behind. Inbound near side front court. Maddie Siegrist into the game for Dallas. Gets it in for Bueckers up top. Ueru with the screen. Bueckers outside right. Bounce pass wing to wing. Comes for Agumbawale. Shot clock's at 4. Back to Bueckers off right wing. Cuts inside. Twirls it right corner. Free to fire for 3. Sims. Missed it too strong. Rebound Washington. Mystics up quickly. And in transition they get an easy 2. And Washington's on an 11-2 run as Cassandre Prosper gets the field goal on transition. Bueckers crossover dribble right baseline, stops with a fadeaway jumper, and she knocks it down. So Bueckers hits that one through some contact, no whistle. It's 20-12 Washington. Citron tried to loop a ball to the top of the arc for Betts. It was knocked away. Citron recovered, got it right wing. Now entry feed. It's Austin off the right blocks, turning to her left, tried to dive it in for Betts, knocked away and stolen by Agumbawale. Dallas is terrific in the fast break, which they try to get into here, but Agumbawale draws a foul on Alicia Flores, the Spanish-born rookie. .134 left to play in this first quarter. Up and down action as Agumbawale will head to the line. And her first free throw is good. National champion at Notre Dame. Hard to believe that's been 8 years ago. Arike Agumbawale scored 24 in the loss Wednesday against Atlanta. This is a Dallas team that's got one of the best starting 5s in the WNBA. Second free throw is good. They don't have a lot of production off the bench, however. Alicia Flores into the front court for Washington. 1.5 left in the half. Handoff on the outside, Betts. Back for Flores. Whips it to the inside. Austin creates space. Banks it up too strong from in tight. Rebound off the floor taken by Dallas. And Sims with a looping ball the other way that goes out of bounds beyond Kuir, and that's a turnover by the Wings. Both teams in the bonus for the last minute 14 of this first quarter. I keep wanting to say half. Not yet to college season yet. Here's Washington into the front court. Flores from our right to our left holds the ball over her head. Feeds it to the top of the arc. Betts for Austin, who toes the arc. Drives inside. Shakira Austin right to the rim. Bulls her way in against Kuir and scores off glass. Shakira Austin makes it 22-14. Mystics have as many points in the paint so far in this game as Dallas has total. Here's Kuir outside right, hands it off. Fudd steps in right baseline, back out Kuir. Open look at a right wing 3, misses off the left side of the rim. Rebound Washington, Mystics flowing up the floor, and they turn it over on a ball too high for Austin to reach in transition from Cody McMahon. Stops the clock with 35 seconds left. Dallas on the inbound, brings it up. Handled by Sims on the midcourt logo, swings it right. Fudd unable to get free. Cuts to her left at the top of the circle. Then back to Sims, who shoveled it outside left for Agumbawale. Screen from Kuir. Agumbawale gets free, launches a straight on 3. Clanks off the left side of the rim. Rebound taken by Betts. Shot clock turned off. 10 seconds to go in this first quarter. Mystics ball to try to extend this lead through the end of the first is up top. Handle to the left elbow, stepping back and throwing up a heave at the horn and missing off the back of the rim is Flores, and that's the way the first quarter comes to an end. Washington leads 22-14 at the end of the first quarter. JT is with us behind the scenes, and I'm sure cursing many things right now, including myself. But JT, how are you?
Hello. I'm confused.
Are you?
Are the referees in the WNBA the same as the NBA? Because I recognise them.
And why do you say that?
Is one of the referees Ken Jones?
I believe so. I believe you're right.
He's either from college basketball or NBA because I recognise him. Wild that I recognise a referee, but here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are indeed. I don't actually know how this microphone sounds,
Sounds
Matthew.
great.
Does it sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
Do I sound more professional?
Well, I mean, I don't think you sounded unprofessional to begin with.
Has the distant echo gone now?
Yes, I will say that.
That's great.
As we get ready to start this second quarter quickly.
Blame this.
Dallas inbound, second quarter gets underway.
Already?
Yeah, we're trying to
Wow.
speed up things here, unlike NASCAR. Here's Agumbawale turning the
Wow.
corner, drives right between the pipes, and Agumbawale scores a quick 2 for Dallas to start the second quarter. Mystics attacking from our right to our left here. Off left wing, it's Prosper, the Canadian, off the top of the circle, steps back, feeds the rookie Betts. 18 feet away from the basket, drifts to her right, hands it off for Flores. She'll launch a three, misses it short off the right side of the rim. Lee Ueru with the rebound for Dallas, and here come the wings. Agumbawale out of the far left corner, puts it on the deck, muscles her way inside, bounces it out to the left corner. Three, launch, miss short. Segrist, rebound, batted around on the far side, and Dallas still has it. Here's Agumbawale, cutting out to her left to the elbow, steps back, feeds it up top. Ueru has it just beyond the left elbow. Shot clock at 4. Her back to the basket. She turns, shovels it up wildly, missed everything. Rebound down to Washington, and the Mystics have it again. Dominant first quarter from Washington. As mentioned, second best scoring defense in the WNBA, and they really stymied the Dallas offense as we get a whistle. Foul going against the Wings, against Sugg Sutton, who just came into the game. Fifth-year player out of Texas. Mystics on the inbound. Citron has it outside right. Leaves it in the right corner, now gets it on a quick return, loops it onto the perimeter, Betts, hands off, pull-up jumper at the foul line, Citron can't get it to go, off back iron, rebound to Agumbawale, in transition, right to the rim, goes Shepard, and she lays it in, and Dallas is within 4. As Shepard running the floor, able to get an easy one. Here's Citron off to the top of the circle for Betts, who dives it inside. Right-handed hook shot won't fall underneath for McMahon, and the rebound down to Dallas again, and we've got a quick whistle. Foul in transition going against Washington with 8:06 to go here in this second quarter. And as we talked about, that's where Dallas really is at their best, and that is when they can get in transition. Shepard with a transition basket there. Dallas on the inbound. Bueckers threads it for Shepard. Cross-court feed to the right corner. Stepping her way inside to the rim and getting it to fall is Isaiah James, but there's a whistle and it's an offensive foul. Basket will not count. Isaiah James, the second-year player out of NC State, committing the offensive foul on the push-off on Citron. And the Mystics bring it back into the front court to our left. Here is Citron on the ball. Screen from Austin. Gets it to her off the top of the circle now. Shakira Austin, right foot inside the arc, left foot outside. Hands it off for a quick drive by Citron to the rim. Misses the runner too strong off glass and rim. Rebound Dallas. Bueckers into the front court. Washington gets back defensively. Bueckers right elbow. Pocket pass across. by Shepard. Found an open three-point shooter in the corner. James couldn't hit it. Rebound down to the Mystics as the Wings go 1 and out. And a quick feed to the inside finds Austin wide open at the rim, and she lays in a quick 2. Good feed by Iriafen. Dallas is back quickly. Outside right, 3 is launched and knocked down out of the right corner. To make this a 3-point game, Alana Smith connects on the triple. Here's Citron again, up top for Austin. Feeds it left. Citron back inside, back out for Austin. She'll drive her way in high to low. Try to toss it into the far corner. It's intercepted by Shepard. Off the takeaway, Shepard loops it back in transition. Fudd directs it down the lane, and Smith gets to the rim and lays it in. Timeout taken by Washington. So a Washington timeout as Dallas, as we talked about, anytime they're able to get in transition, they can really fly, as they just did. So a timeout on the floor. We have, I can just tell you now, and if you are a seasoned veteran to listening and tuning in on this channel, you know that it is often that we have absolute chaos going on behind the scenes. We have so many things going on right now. Anyway.
We can time travel, viewers.
But not easily.
Easier or harder to time travel than to print a piece of paper?
Listen. What a cracking question.
Don't go there.
Good God in heaven. Forget trying to print a piece of paper. How about just trying to turn on a God-blessed printer? Just turn it on. It's too difficult, apparently.
You see that on button?
Yeah.
Matthew.
Yeah. The
Press it.
on button should work. For some reason it doesn't. Out of this timeout, Washington ball. They get it inbounded here to Citron. Out to her right, feeds it up top. Austin works it inside for Iriafen. Back out to Austin, big to big. Back out off left wing. Austin gets it in tight, and she goes up and scores just inside the left block off glass. Shakira Austin having really a terrific season. Washington outscoring Dallas right now in the paint, 18-8 at the other end. Here's Isaiah James. Fadeaway jumper off the left side of the lane. Misses off glass, but we get a whistle and a foul. 6 minutes and change left here in this first half. A 26-23 lead for the Mystics.
Thank you for 6 minutes and change, making me look at the play-by-play for an exact clock.
Austin with 10 points in this first half. Free throw misses from Isaiah James. One more to come for Isaiah from Virginia Beach. Not too terribly far away from D.C. Second free throw is good. 2-point game. Mystics into the front court from our right to our left. Citron on the ball. Right-handed dribble outside right. Swings it up top. Iriafen bounces it to the left elbow. Austin controls to the foul line. Hip checks her way inside. Goes to the rim and scores off glass. Plus a foul. Well, what a terrific first half Shakira Austin is having. And that gets the Washington fans to their feet. As Austin will go to the line, chance at an and one. Backed her way in on Alana Smith and drew the foul and finished through contact. And one free throw for Austin. 12-point first half for Shakira. And she hits the and one free throw. That's now a 13-point first half for Shakira. Along with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. And those hips did not lie on that back end. Here out of the right corner, handled by James. Drifts to her right on the wing. James lines up a 3, misses it off the right side of the rim. Rebound down to the Mystics. Here comes Washington into the front court to our left. And we get a whistle as a collision between James and McMahon. Took McMahon down to the ground. Foul is on the floor against James. Best part of the World Cup halftime show was indeed Shakira. Washington on the inbound far side front court. In for Citron. Hooks it to Austin. Drives inside. Two defenders around her. And she had it ripped out of her hands by Shepard. But we get a whistle and a foul going against Dallas. And it'll be free throws for Austin. And Austin right now is having the season of her career, averaging 15 points, 9 rebounds a game. If she hits these 2 free throws, she'll be at 15 points in this first half and match her per-game total for the season. First free throw is up and misses off back rim.
15 points in the first half. It's like that Bayern Munich friendly that they do every single season.
Yes. I mean, she only had 17 for the entire game Tuesday against Connecticut. And here she's almost equaling that total in this first half. Second free throw is good, so it's a 14-point first half for Austin. Washington leads by 6. 5:25 left first half. Here's Dallas into the front court. Outside right, it's handled by Jessica Shepard. Bounce pass in for Bueckers. Back outside. Shepard whips it off the top of the arc for Fudd, who helped it along into the left wing corner for Agumbawale. Crossover dribble. Back for Fudd, who's off the left elbow. Up top, handled by Shepard. Back for Bueckers. Steps in with a mid-range jumper right of the lane, and she knocks it down with the shot clock winding down, and Bueckers gets Dallas within 4. Citron the other direction for Washington. Off a bump, goes off right elbow. Now for Austin. Loops it down to the inside through a double team. Played back to the perimeter, and now once again tossed inside. Ball comes free. Citron saves it off the right wing. Feeds it. 3 is launched. Off the mark. Offensive rebound. Austin right back outside. McMahon dives it in. Austin fighting on the left lane line. Turns and banks it in. Turning from right to left. She banks in the jumper over Shepard. And Austin is really feeling it in this first half with 16. Bueckers at the other end. Jitterbug move inside. Bounces it off the top of the arc for Fudd. Feeds it right for Shepard. On the wing. Gets it to the corner. Fudd steps to the baseline. Launches the 2-point jumper. Missed it short. Rebound down to the Mystics, and here they come. Flashing into the front court with a great move is Iriafen. And she goes to the rim and lays it in. And Washington goes ahead by 8. And we get a timeout taken by Dallas. 3:59 to go in this first half, and the Mystics extend their lead to 8 on what will be a quick timeout.
Are you telling me I have vision now behind the scenes?
Yes, you do. Thank you.
I've never been happier.
I bet. I've never been happier. Well, check that. If I can get a printer to actually start. At halftime, it'll be beautiful scenes. Maddie Siegrist on the quick inbound, and here come the wings into the front court. Odyssey Sims back on the floor has it. Drifts out wide on the left-hand side. Feeds it into the left corner. Sims gets it on a return. Cross the floor for Agumbawale outside right. Shot clock dwindling down to 5. Agumbawale up top for Sims. To the left elbow, back for Bueckers. Her mid-range jumper pushed up off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound out to the perimeter. Agumbawale has it, and she loads up and hits a 3. So out of the scramble, Enrique Agumbawale gets an open look at a 3 that she's able to knock down. 10 for Agumbawale in the first half. Citron out to Austin. Austin lobs it inside. Tough catch through traffic. Iriafen shovels it up wildly. It didn't hit the rim. Rebound to Agumbawale. Here come the wings again. Agumbawale steps back left elbow. Jumper is pure. 5 quick points in a row for Agumbawale. And Dallas is within 3 with 3 to go in the first half. Citron cuts out to her left on the elbow. Climbs the block. Stops. Centers it for Austin. Back for Citron. Turns the corner. Drives and kicks to the right corner. Extra pass up top. Iriafen lines up a 3. Misses off the front of the rim. Rebound Dallas. Bueckers flashes forward. Hands it off for Agumbawale, who scored the last 5 for Dallas. Crossover dribble at the top of the arc. One hands a hot pass to the right wing. Bueckers shoveled back up top. Agumbawale, who had to retreat back to the midcourt logo to receive it. She does. Drives. Feeds left corner. Extra pass Sim. Shot clock winding down. Up top Shepard. Lines up a straight on 3. Misses badly. Rebound down to the Mystics. Washington brings it into the front court to our left. And cutting her way into the lane and then losing the ball was McMahon, but it landed outside for Austin, who lines up a 3 and cans it. What a first half for Shakira Austin. 19 points on 8 of 10 shooting in this first half. At the other end, open look at a 3, misses short from Siegrist. Rebound Mystics. Here's Austin. 4 times she's been over 20 points this season. Her next bucket will put it over 20, maybe in this first half. Citron up top, wanted to get it to her inside, instead gave it to Iriafin, outside right. A drive inside, and then a feed to Austin. Pullback jumper, middle of the lane, hit off the back of the rim, rolled off. Rebound down to Shepard. Quick outlet for Siegrist. In the lane, turns right against the defensive Iriafin and hooks it up and in. Buck 20 left in this first half, a 4-point Washington lead. Citron into the front court again under a right-handed shoulder-high dribble and a timeout taken by the Mystics. Well, Shakira Austin has been the story of this first half. A 19-point first half for Austin, which again is over her per-game total by 4. It's actually a turnover on Washington, so it's Dallas ball, and they bring it into the front court, shooting 50% from the field in this quarter. As up high, it's Agumbawale on the ball, feeds it left. Bueckers slips her way inside. Back out for Agumbawale, climbs left, blocks, fadeaway jumper off the left lane line is good for Agumbawale. Brings Dallas within a pair. Final minute of the first half. Citron cutting right to left, leaves it in the left corner, rising up from 3 and missing badly was McMahon. Offensive rebound down to Betts, draws a double in the right post, back to Austin, drives down the lane, kicks left corner, extra pass, Citron's wide open, her 3 won't fall, offensive rebound Betts, muscles it back up, draws a foul on Shepard, I believe, maybe Ueru. So it'll be free throws coming up for the rookie Lauren Betts. Again, for women basketball players, a season can be extremely, extremely long. In the case of like AZ Fudd for Dallas or Lauren Betts for Washington, as Betts makes the first free throw, they just played a full college season, 30-plus games. They both made it to the Final Four, so it went all the way to the end of the college season from November to April, and then started their WNBA careers in May. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, Bueckers up the floor, bounces into the right corner. 3 launch, misfiring is Fudd. Rebound, scrap for. Washington's got it. Shot clock turned off. And a final possession of this half for the Mystics if Citron and Washington wants to hold for the last shot, which you would expect they to do. Gives it up top for Austin with 8 now 7. Austin puts it on the deck, drives in, flips it up off the left lane line, no good. Rebound Ueru, out for Bueckers, mid-court shot at the buzzer, off the glass and then the back of the rim, no good, and that ends an entertaining first half here in D.C. And this Washington team that ranks 2nd in the league in scoring defense against a Dallas offense that averages 90 points per game, they've held them to 35 in this first half. Mystics this season carry an 8-1 record when leading at halftime. They're up at the half here by 3, 38-35. Big first half from Shakira Austin. As we hit halftime here, and a halftime in which JT will be thrilled to know that he is going to have to really waffle, because I'm going to once again try to do the impossible, I suppose. The year is 2026, but yet it is impossible to get 2 sheets of paper printed off. JT, I'll pray for you, you pray for me.
At least I get to waffle with this beautiful sounding microphone, Matthew. Hello, viewers. Welcome to JT Waffles. It's been a while, and I don't know what to talk about. So, in this time that we have been away, I went to Wembley for the first time. I gained a year on my age. I am going to tear up this whole commentary box soon. I should probably start calling it a production studio because, let's be honest, I don't do much commentary in here. It's 99.9% waffle, 0.01% actually producing. And we gotta add the NASCAR 25 stuff, career mode as well, which Matthew knows a lot about after the many, many messages that I have sent him. Jason Kitts-Miller said, nothing ever seems to faze Josh Turner except for having to share the track with other drivers. Hashtag not clear. Thank you, Jason. These NASCAR 25 social media screenshots are incredible. Tyler Rife, Daytona is the home of a lot of great racing, just not today. Thanks for Josh Turner. Thanks for that one. Greatly appreciated. What else happened while we were away? Starship Flight 13 launched, came back down, didn't go boom. It's still floating in the Indian Ocean to this day with recovery teams. Please bring it back to Texas. Thank you. That would be incredible. What else? I don't know, Jeff. Well, I could tell you that there is another game on at this current moment in the WNBA. It is the Seattle Storm against the Atlanta Dream. Atlanta currently leading 38-30 with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. That currently being played alongside this one, where it is half-time. Mystics lead 38-35. Just as I say that, on the other side, Atlanta Dream have extended their lead to 41-30 over the Seattle Storm. That is probably the only bit of actual talking about basketball you'll hear on this beautiful microphone for today's broadcast. So take it as you wish. Now, time to check for Flow Racing, see what they've got on. Banana Ball's back, by the way. I know, shocking. We got Night Under Fire at Summit Motorsports Park, aka Drag Racing. Drag Racing is very loud. Like, insanely loud. Drag Racing might be the only thing louder than my voice. There might actually be something louder than my voice, which unheard of. I didn't think it was possible.
I didn't think it was possible to get these 2 sheets of paper printed, but it's finally happened, just, 1/2 too late.
Wow. I don't know how much of that JT Waffles you caught.
Almost none
if
of
any.
it.
Okay.
I'm sure it was legendary.
I went on about how I went to Wembley for the first time. I turned a year older. Starship launched its Flight 13, and it's when it landed, it didn't go boom, and it's still floating in the Indian Ocean to this day. Then Flow Racing, Banana Ball is back, and I was talking about how flow racing has drag racing on, and I said something along the lines of drag racing is probably the only thing that is louder than my voice, and I didn't think it was possible that anything could be louder than my voice, but here we are. Anyway, swiftly moving on.
I did hear you say as I was walking away. I did hear you say that it has been a while since we've done one of these segments, and that is true. Of course, prior to Sunday, had been a while for us since we had been on the channel. Um,
I did also run through the other score, by the way,
oh,
which is
there.
now Dream have extended their lead to 13 points, now 43 to 30. Are you hinting that I need to get Motorsports reference up?
Well, I was just thinking it had been a while since
Or
we'd done
racing
this
reference, or
before.
whatever it's called.
Had been a while since we had done this before, which is we can still confirm that we are all still around, even though we missed those 2 weeks. I'm still here, Seth's still here, JT's still here. We're all still alive.
Am I?
Well, you're still alive.
I'm still alive, whether I'm here or whether I'm still in Wembley is another question. Can I just stay here, spend the rest? Okay. Anyway,
So yes,
racing reference isn't loading, so
oh,
I
wow.
can't tell you.
What else is new tonight? Um, but yes, glad to have JT back with us. Um, he returns to USN airwaves.
If anyone wanted that to happen in the first place, but I sound better.
Well, you do. So okay, so you sound amazing, and apparently the sound to you is better. So I would like to welcome JT. We'd like to welcome JT back to the lead lap. He has gotten the free pass. He is on the lead lap. And can you now tell JB that the best team to be on is indeed hashtag Team Headset?
That my laugh probably sounds horrible on this headset. Anyway,
Oh my god.
okay, I very nearly clicked the 1st of August. I had to remember to click the 31st of July then.
Well, true. That's true.
Yes, because it's been a while since I've said this, but viewers, time zones do exist. and if you couldn't work out the Britishness in this voice and the Americanish in the other voice, then anyway.
And I'm all of a sudden just now seeing the multiple messages that JT sent me before the game confirming who the home team was because I was dealing with a printer.
Okay. I'm assuming. Okay, this is the birthday, and of course, happy birthday, Kyle Larson. Born on this day, 1992.
You got our scoreboard below the Ion scoreboard. How'd you do that?
Magic. I'm not gonna say that name live on air because I don't want to get cancelled again.
Anyway, happy birthday to Kyle Larson, indeed.
What else? I don't know where he gets the death list from because it's not here. If that was even a thing anyway. It's the Hungarian Grand Prix on this day in 2022. Max Verstappen won that. Also on this day in 2022, it was the Verizon 200 at the Brickyard. Tyler Reddick won that one.
Oh dear.
The Calypso Lemonade 200, what a name.
Oh, wow.
Winchester Speedway, Arca Menard Series, Ty Gibbs won that one.
What a name indeed.
Yes. The Baker Distributing Throwback 276 for the late model stock car, stock tour, Josh Berry won that one. The pro late model, Matt Craig. I've got Stella Kidd on my screen, and then Wallace Bowden, and then Cap, because I've seen this advert way too many times, because they've They seem to show the same advert literally every single commercial break. 2016 Hockenheimring. There is rumours about that returning. Matthew, have you heard them?
Oh, yes. There seems to
Lewis
always be
Hamilton won
rumors
that
about
one.
the Hockenheim returning.
Yep. Brandon McReynolds did the
Wow.
double at Iowa Speedway in 2015 for the hashtag Thanks Kenny 150. He did the double in the NASCAR K&M Pro Series West and NASCAR K&M Pro Series East.
Of course.
He needs to get promoted to the National Series. US Cellular 250 Iowa Speedway on this day in 2010. Kyle Busch, the winner of that one. 2005 Hungarian Grand Prix on this day. Kimi Raikkonen. The Michigan Indy 400 on this day in 2005. Also, that was IndyCar won by Brian Herter. And then Travis Quaffle in 2004 won the Line X Spray-On Truck Bedliners 200 at Michigan in the Craftsman Truck Series. What's her name?
Toyota's first ever win in any NASCAR race. Wow.
Thank you for that one. Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the Kroger 200 presented by the Fifth Third Bank at Indianapolis Raceway Park in the the NASCAR Busch Grand National Series, which we still call it to this day. Mark Martin won the IROC Race 4 at IMS on this day, 1998.
Okay. Mark Martin won a lot of IROC races. IROC's all-time leading winner, Mark Martin.
Yep. Race 4 at Michigan International Speedway on this day, 1993. IROC Jeff Brabham.
So that race was memorable because Davey Allison was, I never say this name right, or this word right, posthumously, it's a word that I don't say, won the IROC championship that year because Terry Labonte ran the race in Davey's car. Any points that Terry scored was given to Davey. Terry finished high enough up, so Davey Allison that day in '93 in Michigan was posthumously awarded the IROC championship.
Gonna be a great support series that is around the streets of Washington DC.
Yeah.
Anyway, can't be bothered to pronounce that name, but on this day, 1983, Mario Andretti won the kart race at Road America. Talladega 500 at the Alabama International Motor Speedway, i.e. Talladega, no doubt. In the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, Dale Earnhardt won that one. Niki Lauda won the Hockenheimring Grand Prix of Germany in 1977. Johnny Rutherford won the USAC Champ Car Series at the Texas World Speedway. I'm guessing that's just Texas Motor Speedway in the American Parts 200.
Texas World Speedway was its own racetrack. Texas Motor Speedway was not built until '96. Texas World Speedway, that was a very unique racetrack.
I'm old, but I'm not that old, it seems.
It was in College Station, Texas, same place as Texas A&M University. Yeah, that was
Who has the
racetrack.
greatest science lecturers in the world, by the way.
And it basically was like the first of its kind, Michigan or California. It was a D-shaped 2-mile oval.
Matthew, I love how you like to waffle about stuff, but I see we're going to the start of the third. So, 1965 Nashville 400 in the Grand National Series, Richard Petty. 1960 the Dixie 300 at Atlanta International Raceway, Fireball Roberts. Lee Petty won the 1959 Race 14 at Greenville Pickens Speedway in the NASCAR Convertible Series. This was before they gave sponsor names. We're going now. Then in the NASCAR Grand National Series, Tim Flock won at Bay Meadows Speedway. And in the Pacific Coast Late Model Division on the same day at Bay Meadows Speedway, Tim Flock won as well. And then the latest one on here was race 18 of the NASCAR Grand National Series at Monroe County Fairgrounds. On this day, 1951, the winner, Lee Petty. I've just been rickrolled by someone. On this day, 1982, the Talladega Arca 200, Talladega Super Speedway. In the Arca Talladega Supercar Series. Okay, Vic Rowland won that one. Vic rolled. Yeah. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you, JT.
You're welcome. There's no hot lap because it's still we've been away for so long that the hot lap hasn't warmed back up yet.
Oh my god. Second half is underway. Paige Bueckers brings the ball up for Dallas. Wings trailing by 3 to start this second half. On the outside, Agumbawale back out for Bueckers. Locates an open right corner shooter. Alana Smith unable to hit the 3. Rebound pulled down by Austin. And ahead into the front court come the Mystics. Citron for the foul line. Gave it to Austin. Right wing 3. Does she stay hot as she was in the first? Misses that 3. Offensive rebound down to Area Finn. And she goes back up and scores on the offensive glass. Some second chance points from Kiki Ariafin, the number 4 overall pick in the 2025 WNBA draft. Here's Agumbawale for Dallas up top. Feeds it left on the wing. Fudd puts it into the corner. Shepard hands it off. Agumbawale back for Shepard. Pulls up with a left elbow jumper and in the mid-range. Shepard's able to bag it. Dallas within 3. Citron back into the front court across the timing line with the Mystics now attacking to our right. Citron's got an open lane to the basket in from the left. She gets to the rack and lays it in for 2. Not a lot of scoring so far for Citron, who's one of the top scorers in the league, 11th in the league coming in. Bueckers a quick pull-up jumper just inside the paint from the right, missed, but we get a quick whistle and a foul going against Washington on the floor.
You liked that one, didn't you? That the hot lap hasn't warmed up enough yet.
I did. Ariafin called for the foul, and Bueckers will shoot at the line.
It was horrible, I am aware.
Bueckers at the foul stripe, 84% for the season, knocks down the first. See, we've been gone so long that we've got new font on our scoreboard. Would you believe? Second free throw is good.
I have just seen the tweet that you have reposted regarding that IROC championship.
Yes.
Posthumously.
Yes.
Is that the word? Okay, awesome.
Posthumously? It's a very difficult word. Mystics ball, far left corner, Citron with it. Outside left, defended by Fudd. Entry feed Ariafin left of the lane. Baseline jumper. Swirls out and the rebound picked up off the floor by Dallas's Alana Smith. Here come the Wings with a chance to tie with a 3. Smith short corner right, back out for Fudd. Off far wing. Centered ball for Shepard. And then into the left corner for Agumbawale. Out of a double team, she feeds it for Shepard. Cross-court feed for Bueckers, deflected. Bueckers has it. Right corner drives, pulls up right baseline, skips off the cup, no good. Rebound picked up by Ariafin, launched ahead by Citron, and on the fast break, Washington will get a quick 2. Citron to the rim, lays it in with the left off a great feed by Georgia Amor. 10 for Citron on just 2 of 7 shooting. Shepard out of the right corner leaves it for Smith. Smith middle of the floor, hands off Agumbawale, who comes off a screen, and we've got a whistle. Foul going against Washington. It'll go against Michaela Onyenwede.
You said, Matthew, that we've been gone for so long we've got a new font on our score bug.
Yeah.
Well, we've been gone for so long, Matthew, that they've added soccer controls and racket sports controls to Stream Deck for Keep the Score.
Good Lord. Agumbawale just airballed a 3 off the inbound. Washington with the rebound, and ball ends up out of bounds off of a deflection.
I don't know why we need Stream Deck controls for soccer and racket sports, because they are very basic to control on the web. But anyway.
Mystics inbound. Here's Georgia Amor. The rookie that played at Kentucky last season feeds it right wing. Catch and shoot three. Citron can't get it to go. Rebound Shepard. Long look up the floor in transition. And Alana Smith curls to the basket and lays it in on a long feed ahead by Shepard that was at least 70 feet long. At the other end, area fin of the rim blocked, but a foul on Alana Smith. Well, that was...
I'm not complaining, by the way. The more sports available for Stream Deck, the better.
Yes. Testing a lot of things out now as we get closer to football season. Here's area fin to the line. Played collegiately.
Football season with my new setup will be insane.
Yes, it will. First free throw is good from area fin, who played collegiately out west. She was born in Tarzana, California. She played at both Stanford and USC. Lee Ueru into the game for Dallas. The player from China has played on the Olympic team for China. Area fin hits the second free throw. 5-point lead for Washington. They've led the majority of the way. Bueckers into the front court, directs a bounce pass to the top of the arc. Fudd outside left, low-scoring night for her. She'll try to change that as she winds her way in. Flings it back out for Agumbawale, whose pass cross-court is behind Bueckers. Out of bounds, a Dallas turnover with 6.5 to go here in this third quarter. Fifth turnover of the night for the Wings. Citron the inbound for Amor. Amor outside left. Citron supplies a screen. Centered ball, Austin. Entry feed Citron out of a double. Bounce for Austin, who makes a move at the foul line, then plays it across the lane. Iriafen rises up, missed the first shot, got it back, banked up the second attempt. That wouldn't fall, and the rebound scrambled away by Bueckers. And Dallas is running. Bueckers ahead to the rim. Shepard lays it in. Bueckers drops the dime. Shepard gets the basket in close. She's got 8. And the Wings are within 3. Amor outside left. Citron a screen. Amor out of the far right corner, defended by Bueckers. Gives it up high for Austin. The return for Amor. Timer at 7. Bounce pass. Citron at the foul line. Works in closer. Lefty floater. Missed wide right. Rebound taken by Shepard and the Wings. And a chance to draw even with a 3. Agumbawale instead will go inside. Ueru went up, had it stripped right out of her hands. Ball ends up in the hands of Citron. More great Washington defense. Citron up top with a high screen from Austin. And a foul called as Agumbawale ends up on the deck. Tried to fight through the screen and gets called for the foul. It's a great play by Citron to strip it right off the hand of Ueru to create that turnover, the 6th of the game, forced by the Mystics defense. Inbound near side front court. Mystics get it in. Citron outside left. Cuts just beyond the arc. Steps inside. Now back out. Austin a screen. Citron whips it to the left elbow. Pull-up jumper goes down for Iriafen. And anytime it seems that Dallas is able to draw close, the Mystics seem to have an answer. Iriafen's got 13. Here's Bueckers up behind a screen. Pulls up right elbow jumper. That's pure. Bueckers in the mid-range with a silky smooth hit. 10 for Bueckers on just 4 of 11 shooting. Citron had it knocked away by Bueckers. Citron recovered top of the arc and beyond the 3. Feeds it left. Iriafen. Cross-court feed right corner. Onyenwede inside Austin around a double team. Oh! Spins back and it's a fadeaway jumper over the double team right baseline. What a shot from Shakira Austin again. What a night. She's got 21, her 5th 20-point game of the year. Bueckers centered feed outside. Ueru back for Bueckers, left alone. Fires the 3 and sinks it from downtown. Well, they lost her on a switch, and Bueckers left alone. Knocks down the long-range jumper. Citron centered, top of the circle. Iriafen carves away into the basket, went to the rim, and is fouled by Ueru. 4:03 to go here in this third quarter, and we get a break in the action. 2-point game here in the nation's capital.
I'm sorry, why did I just get jump scared by a lamb?
I don't know. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, as you know, there's no racing on this weekend. No NASCAR, no IndyCar, no Formula One. Um,
IMSA.
there is IMSA in Road America, yes. But yes,
There should have been IndyCar.
oh, so no racing for us on the channel this weekend. Still, though, it is a big weekend for us. Tomorrow we have another WNBA doubleheader for you. The Aces are in Chicago to take on the Sky. That's at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, followed at 3 by the New York Liberty as they stay out west, taking on Phoenix, the Mercury, tomorrow at 3. Then
Do you not
tomorrow,
fancy covering the Brisker Formula One Stock Cars World Championship semi-final from Skegness
I
Raceway,
don't know
Matthew?
where I'd find a feed of that.
24/7 TV Oval Racing
Oh,
live.
of
Yep.
course. And then tomorrow night, the first ever baseball game on this channel. How about that?
I need to sort out. Oh my God! It's a different Chicago Fire advert.
um,
I need to sort out a Stream Deck setup for that.
and speaking of Chicago, we will be at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field in Chicago tomorrow night at 7.
Which last week hosted
Yeah,
Banana Ball.
of course.
And it was all yellow.
Very excited for our first baseball game on the channel tomorrow night with two, of course, two legendary franchises and two teams that are certainly in the playoff race. The New York Yankees taking on the Chicago Cubs tomorrow night. We'll have that at 7. Then Sunday, more WNBA action. Best team in the league, the Minnesota Lynx, will play host to Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. That's at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And also on Sunday, we've got both the men's and women's finals from the DC Open. We'll be back in the DC area for the DC Open finals on Sunday, ATP and WTA Tour 500 event final.
But still no Brisker Formula One Stock Car World Championship semi-final from Skegness Raceway.
I'm sad to say no.
Which is being supported by, hold on. It is being website work, please. Please. Thank you. It is being supported by the Brisker Formula 2 Stock Car English Open Championship and National Saloon Stock Cars. That is a good meeting, that.
I tell ya.
Cracking meeting. And I won't be at home to watch it. Because I'm going to Smeefarp Stadium. You can laugh at the name all you want.
Free throws out of the timeout for Kiki Iriafen of Washington. She hits the first. And one more to go for the second-year player. And she hits that one. Iriafen puts Washington up by 4. Final 4 minutes of the third quarter here. Paige Bueckers for Dallas. On the ball outside right. Swings it to Ueru up top. Bounce to the top of the circle. Shepard collects on the perimeter. Shepard with 6 to shoot. Pump fakes on a pass. Feeds right corner. Bueckers loads up the 3 and sinks another one from the outside. And Paige Bueckers has really started to heat it up in this third quarter, and Dallas is within 1. Second 3 for Bueckers in this quarter. Downtown hit brings the Wings within a point. Washington the other direction, and working her way inside through traffic, Cody McMahon lost the ball. It's out of bounds, last off of Dallas.
This is going to get really interesting in a minute because I am scoreboarding basketball while trying to set up baseball.
Washington on the inbound with 7 to shoot. In right of the lane to Betts. Turn back to the corner. Citron in for Betts on a pick and roll. Through a lot of traffic. Has to force it up with the shot clock winding down. And Betts banks it in. Mystics by 3, outscoring Dallas in the paint by a 2-to-1 ratio, more than that at 30-14. Here's Bueckers, who's starting to heat up, gets left elbow, her mid-range jumper pours in off the front of the rim. 2 more for Bueckers, she's up to 18. Mystics back on offense. Into the front court to our right, Citron on the ball, Bueckers defends, top 2 in Rookie of the Year voting last season. Feeds it off left wing to Citron, then gets it back. Off the far arc with Fudd defending. Gets it to the inside area for an extra feed to the right corner. 3 is up and down. A corner pocket hit from the outside. Makes it a 4-point game. Onyenwede with the hit from distance at the other end. Floater middle of the lane comes up short for Shepherd. Rebound Washington as the wings go 1 and out. Citron on the ball again outside right. Right-handed dribble. Screen coming from Iriafen. Citron, right baseline, driving on Shepherd. Feeds the corner. Onyenwede back for Citron. She'll line up the 3 off left wing. Rattles out. Rebound taken by Dallas. Here come the wings again. And Bueckers, top of the circle, gets closer. Foul line pull-up. Misses off the back of the rim. Skips into the arms of Iriafen. Her outlet for Citron, who will set the offense. Top of the key and beyond the 3. Shoveled off left wing. Onyenwede has it. She'll turn it to the inside. Left to the lane. Pull-up jumper won't fall. And Lee Ueru picks up the rebound off the miss from Iriafen. Fudd the other direction. Bounce pass for Shepherd misses. And it's out of bounds. A Dallas turnover. So it'll belong to the Mystics, who again have basically led the entirety of this game. 94% of the game they've been ahead in, as here comes Washington up the floor. Just over a minute to go in the third quarter. Citron on the ball. Out to her right, tried to work her way inside, and it slapped out of her hands by Ueru. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Washington. 15 on the timer in the District of Change colors tonight. Splashes of deep purple, light purple, and pink. Inbounded short corner right to Betts, who hands it back off for Cody McMahon. McMahon on the outside, swings at Austin, inside, spins her way in, forces it up, glass and rim miss, rebound Dallas. Here come the wings, off the rebound by Alicia Clark. Clark feeds it up top, 3 launched straight away, will not fall for Fudd, and Ueru could not save it from going out of bounds. It'll belong to Washington. Under a minute to go, third quarter. Mystics possession. Citron on the ball, takes a screen and feeds it at the head of the arc for Betts. Back for Citron on the right elbow. Jitterbugs to her left, hands it off on the wing, gets it on a quick return. Citron entry feed, Austin foul line, turns with a jumper and knocks it down. Hasn't been as big of a third quarter for Austin as she had in the first or second, but she's still clicking. She's on 23 points. Dallas ball. Far right corner, entry feed inside. Working her way through traffic is Smith to hand it off up top. Smith on a return. Feeds it left for Clark with 5 to shoot. Now to the top of the circle. Maddie Siegrist at the foul line with a jumper. Missed too strong. Rebound gets right back to her, and Siegrist slithers her way back to the rim and lays it in right-handed. Final possession of the third quarter here. Citron with 4 seconds and 3. Outside left, going to have to fire a long one. She does, and clinks it off the back of the rim at the buzzer. And that will send us to the money quarter here in D.C. with the home-standing Mystics owning a 59-55 lead on Dallas. 23 points from Shakira Austin. Has Washington in position to score what would be their 16th win of the year, and continuing to pad their lead on the playoff cut line. So 3 quarters in the books in a game in which Washington has led most of the way. They've only trailed by as many as 2, and that was extremely early in the game. Both teams shooting 40% from the field. Here's Chicago PD, JT. Are you a PD watcher?
Watched it for a little bit and then just stopped watching it. But yeah, it's all right. It's good.
Of course, as we know,
Uh,
the Darlington Raceway is in the PD region of South Carolina.
oh, is it? Okay. Uh, Med, however, is a little bit too gory for me.
Well, yeah. I get that.
I am in progress of creating baseball. By that,
And
I
many.
mean the score bug, and by that, I mean I have added all of the buttons that I need. I just need to order them in a way that I want them. It should be all right. However, there's not a home run button, so if there's a home run, I'm still gonna have to press the button on the control panel. I think that's how it works. But yeah, should be good. These bases are. Hold on. These bases being 3 and everything else being 2 is annoying me. Because you've got base 1, base 2, base 3, but then you've got +1, -1, then you've got strike +1, strike -1, out +1, out -1.
Whatever you do,
Ball,
you do not. We are not going to keep the pitch clock. No, that'd be too chaotic. We are not going to keep the pitch clock on there. No.
I'm not even going to try.
Now, if you want to keep the pitch count on there, that's a you decision, but pitch clock, no.
I don't think that's available in the layout that you've chosen.
Oh, okay, well, see, one less thing to deal with.
Show at bat and pitch count is not visible in this layout.
Oh, very good. So, see.
Same with hits and errors. So.
One less thing to worry about there.
3 less things to worry about, but yes.
Well.
I just need to figure out what order I'm doing them in. But I need to go back to the WNBA board now, so.
Yes, because the fourth quarter has started as Georgia Amore brings the ball into the front court for Washington, leading by 4. Amore has it at the top of the arc, feeds it left on the wing. McMahon inside for Austin, a return for McMahon, and we've got a whistle. Foul straight away going on Dallas here, just 14 seconds into the quarter.
And straight away back to the MLB board.
Far side front court inbound. McMahon trying to get it in. The rookie.
I moved one button.
Out of Ole Miss up top. Finds Amore, left elbow, feeds it to the top of the arc for Austin. Shot clock at 5. Austin shovels it back. Amore has to load up a 3. Misses off back rim. Rebound Alicia Clark in Dallas. And a chance for the Wings to move within a possession. Onyenwere all over Clark defensively as she brought it up, then hands it off for Sugg Sutton. Into the game for just the second time tonight. Feeds the right corner, and a pass to the inside for Fudd was knocked away. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Dallas. Shot clock at 14. See on your screen 4 timeouts left for both teams. There's also the reset timeout that comes into play late in this fourth quarter. Inbound to Sutton. Off the left baseline and then to the wing. Ueru lines up a 3. It won't go. Rebound was high into the air, and Betts just rips it out of the grasp of Segrist, and it's Washington ball. Here's Amore, swings it right corner. Onyenwere lines up a 3 out of the corner pocket, misses it short. Ueru with the rebound. Sutton, the fifth-year player out of the University of Texas, brings it up. 3 Wings are coming to the scores table, set to check in at the next whistle. Wraparound pass by Sutton, finds Segrist open up top of 3, misses. Offensive rebound Clark, a reload off the right wing. Another 3 won't fall, and then a scrap for the rebound and a foul going against Betts, I believe. The rookie is going to get called for this one. And WNBA action continues tomorrow with a doubleheader. Best team in the league, most people feel, is Las Vegas. They're in Chicago tomorrow at 1. That's followed at 3 by the Liberty and the Mercury. Inbound far side front court to Bueckers. Big third quarter. Feeds the left baseline and then to the elbow for Shepard. Back for Bueckers, who steps into a mid-range jumper. 18-footer goes down as Bueckers scores yet again. Dallas is within 2. Mystics ball with Onyenwere, top of the circle. Stashes it back to the perimeter for Amor. Amor wanted to get it into Betts. Good ball denial on the inside from Smith. Launch 3 up top. Amor missed it off the glass. Onyenwere then racing for the rebound. Got shouldered off the ball. That's a foul going against the Wings. It's on Shepard, who was the one that clattered into her. Onyenwere will go to the bench to get a breather. Near side front court inbound by Citron for Amor. Amor has it outside right. Betts is out on the perimeter to supply a screen. Instead, Amor works it inside Citron. Back for Betts. Pulls up with a foul line jumper. Missed it wide left. Citron looked like she had the offensive rebound. Bueckers slapped it away. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Washington, and the shot clock will recycle to 14. Amor to get it in from underneath. Does so to Betts, off right wing and beyond the 3, and then we get a whistle and a foul going against Alana Smith, who contacted Betts on the catch. Again, Washington at 15-12 on the season, tied for 7th in the league. It's the top 8 teams in the league that make the playoffs. Came into play tonight 4.5 ahead of Portland, who is the team on the outside looking in. First team on the outside looking in. Got a break in the action here, as we've got a timeout on the floor. JT mentioned to you earlier, there is another game going on simultaneously with this one. It's Seattle and Atlanta down in Georgia. The Dream lead the Storm 56-49. Atlanta off the comeback victory over Dallas on Wednesday, taking on Seattle team that has certainly been struggling. The reason for this timeout is it is a coach's challenge from Jose Fernandez. So our first challenge of the game doesn't come until the fourth quarter. Jose Fernandez, what a story he is, was the head coach of the women's program at the University of South Florida for a quarter of a century, from 2000 to 2025. Was the head coach of the USF program, had a terrific record, led them to the NCAA tournament 10 different times. And they were always a really solid program under Fernandez's leadership. Now here he is coaching in the WNBA. And then on the other side, Sydney Johnson coached the men's program at both Princeton and Fairfield. You might remember he took Princeton to the NCAA tournament in 2011, where they nearly won a first-round game against Kentucky. Lost right at the buzzer, basically, that first-round game to Kentucky. As mentioned, was the head coach at Fairfield from 2011 to 19. Now in his second season in the WNBA. Mystics under his leadership just 16-28 a year ago. A win tonight, and they would match their win total from last season already. Plenty more WNBA action coming for you on the channel. Next week we'll have the Aces a couple of times. They'll be in Atlanta on Monday and then in Indiana on Thursday. Then we'll also have them Saturday in Minnesota. Some really good teams on the road, the Aces are next week. So during this challenge, during the timeout, the coach's challenge from Jose Fernandez, and they're going to have Washington inbounding. The foul does stand. And off the inbound, Citron winds her way in from the left, misses the layup underneath, got her own miss back, threw it back to the outside for Austin. Now it's to Amor, who has it on the midcourt logo with 6 to shoot, drives up the middle, pulls up with a runner from the foul line, and it goes. Out of a wild scramble, Amor with a big bucket. Puts Washington ahead by 4. Bueckers at the other end finds Fudd. Her left corner 3 won't fall. Comes up short, and Austin's got the rebound. Outletted on for Amor. Amor directing traffic under a right-handed dribble and an outstretched left hand. Yo-yo dribble on the perimeter, swings it to the top of the circle for Austin. Austin looks right to the elbow, leads it inside. Citron turns, contested jumper in the lane over Fudd. Goes down. Couple of big baskets in a row, one from Amor and one from Citron. It's a 6-point game. Dallas ball at the other end. Agumbawale's back on the floor. Dribble drive down the middle, throws it up. Glass and rim missed too strong. Rebound is vacuumed up off the floor by Betts. Mystics ball. Austin, who's been awesome tonight with 23 points, leaves it on the perimeter for Onyenwede. Betts out to supply a screen. Onyenwede feeds it right. On the flank, it's Austin with 8 to shoot. Cuts to her left, drives down the lane, lost the ball, picked up by the wings. Here comes Dallas needing a quick bucket. In transition, a chance to get one. Shepard underneath, kicked it out right corner, and Fudd! Bullseye on a 3! Cuts the deficit in half as AZ Fudd pulls the trigger and hits from downtown. Betts up top, picked up defensively by Alana Smith. Picks up her dribble and hands it off. Cody McMahon swings it right. Citron with 5 to shoot. Off right arc. Steps back for 3. Comes up short. Rebound into the arms of Smith. And a foul away from the ball. Going against, I believe, Washington. Arike Agumbawale got knocked to the floor. And she believes that there should be a technical on Cody McMahon. Wow. Agumbawale was not happy when her and McMahon collided. McMahon called for the foul. And we're going to get another review here. So we went 3 quarters and change without a review. And now we've got 2 in the last couple of minutes, but Agumbawale was not happy as this was totally away from the play. Oh, and Agumbawale trying to box out McMahon, and McMahon kind of grabbed her and threw her down. That's why Agumbawale was so upset and emotive. So we've got another review here.
The World Cup was a couple of weeks ago, guys. I thought we were leaving that stuff there, not bringing it over to basketball. Anyway, do they want me to change colours on the scoreboard a lot, or what?
They might.
At least they're giving me some more time to do MLB, which, by the way, Matthew, looks absolutely incredible. Let me share my screen. Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Let's find it here. Oh, look at him go. Well, see,
indeed, and
there is a while we've been away, the wonderful folks that keep the score has done a lot of updating. So, got plenty of things to look at as far as the on-screen
I do, but
graphics.
I don't have time.
What is that? Is that a picture of me on there? Good Lord. How have you done that?
It's a Discord dynamic voice chat thing. So you see how it has a green ring around me because I'm speaking. Then when I stop and you pick up,
Like right now.
you see how it
Oh,
switches between us for
unbelievable.
who's speaking, and then but if I press it, it disconnects me from the call.
Wow.
Yeah, awesome. I shouldn't have done that because now I broke my TV pictures.
We are perhaps about to get a verdict here from this review.
I have actually broken my TV, but
Oh,
yeah.
God. See if we get an announcement.
With some production. Isaac Barnett, Gerda Gatling, and Ken Jones are officiating crew. They are going to tell the coaching staffs the decision as Isaac Barnett, our crew chief, relaying it to the scorers table. And this could be momentous. You saw in Dallas's last game, that late game technical on Ogunbowale. And this foul has been upgraded.
So they have upgraded that foul after the review to a flagrant, or a technical rather, on Cody McMahon. So Arike Ogunbowale going to the free throw line, but she's missed. Has Ogunbowale 2 free throws plus the ball, and a missed first free throw for Ogunbowale. Second one is up and good, so she goes 1 out of 2. Just the kind of game the Mystics wanted it to be. Low scoring. We're in the 60s here, deep into the fourth quarter. Dallas averages 90 points per game, 4th most in the league. They can tie or take the lead. On this trip, they have not led since early in the first. Here's a 3 for the lead. Out of the right corner, and it falls out for Fudd as it hung on the rim. Rebound Washington. Amor feeds it to Austin, who directs it to the left corner. Mystics ball. Citron lobs it inside. Austin, tough catch, back out Citron. Outside left, cuts out to her right, steps back on the wing, drives inside through traffic, forces it up, it's way off, and Bueckers tracks down the rebound in the near corner. Dallas ball again, down by a deuce. Swings it left, Ogunbowale rises up and sinks the go-ahead 3. And for the first time since very early in this game, Dallas has taken the lead. Arike Ogunbowale knocks down the triple. It's a 7-0 Dallas run. Austin gets belted down in the paint at the other end and fouled by Jessica Shepard. How has that happened? Please, thank you. Sure,
I can't see, I'm blind.
Oh no. Sure, there's Washington players thinking right now, how has this happened? As they have lost the lead, as Ogunbowale sticks the landing from 3. Get JT with his headset. He's becoming more and more American every day. Austin at the free throw line as Washington can grab the lead back. First one is good.
I literally had this headset the whole time, Matthew. I just used my boom arm because there was something wrong with my system, and now it's figured out.
Oh, Austin misses the second free throw, clinks it off the rim. Dallas rebound with Shepard, tied at 64 in the final 5 minutes. Handoff Ogunbowale, dribble drive down the middle, and she flips it up and in on the run. Oh, and spinning back the other way is Amor, who feeds the left wing for a drive inside and to the rim, and scoring is Iriafen plus a foul. There's a heck of a basket at the other end from Ogunbowale to deliver Dallas the lead, and then Iriafen scores through the contact of Shepard. Ties the game and a chance to give Washington the lead at the line. Iriafen and Austin have both been terrific here tonight. And one free throw rattles in for Eriefan. Mystics back in front by a point. +9 at the free throw line tonight. Here's Fudd for Dallas, back for Bueckers, and then Fudd again, off right arc, drives up the baseline, Fudd to the basket, reverse layup is good. Back and forth we go now. Dallas reclaims the lead. AZ Fudd puts the Wings ahead by 1. Just her third field goal of the night. Here's Austin on a dive inside. Eriefan gets around Shepherd and wedges her way between two defenders and scores. Washington back in front. Dallas into the front court quickly. Out of the left corner is Fudd. Tries to maneuver her way to the foul line. Draws a foul on the floor against Onyenwere. Neither team in the bonus. Eriefan's come up with a couple of big baskets here down the stretch. She'll go to the bench here to get a breather. Will Kiki. Timeout on the floor. Under 4 to go in regulation time. 1 point Washington lead on this WNBA Friday. Can we call this a full court Friday? Surely we can, right? This is full court Friday.
I do believe that Keep the Score has overlooked a part of their baseball scorebug stream deck controls. I can't control the periods.
Oh no.
Through my stream deck. So
JT is very
that's not ideal. However, it is very easy because I just have to click a button and it goes from top first to bottom first, and then I click bottom first and it goes immediately to top first.
So when you do this tomorrow, JT, am I going to have to explain the rules of baseball as I go?
No.
Okay, very good.
Because Banana Ball has taught me, but
no. I can tell you the terms points and stealing first will not come out of my mouth tomorrow.
Also, no ball for sprints.
No.
Is it bunting is allowed?
Bunting, yes.
Which it's not in Banana Ball. If you bunt, you will literally get ejected out of the game.
Oh my god.
No mound visits in Banana Ball. That's not a thing. But yeah. Am I going to have to watch Banana Ball alongside MLB?
We've got
I do assume that the logos I have on my screen right now are the ones that are going to be tomorrow. Yankees, Cubs, right?
Come on, Discord. Come on, Discord. You can do it.
It is Yankees, Cubs tomorrow, right?
It is Yankees,
right?
Cubs, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna replace the Yankees logo because the top and bottom has been cut out, and it is doesn't look good. While also getting myself the logo because I kind of need it for a scoreboard.
Ready for
I need
play
to add a
restart.
new folder called MLB.
Dallas on the inbound with under 4 minutes to go. They trail by 1. Shepherd hands off on the outside for Bueckers. Bueckers gets it back for Shepherd up top, puts it on the deck, drives up the middle, stumbles, loses the ball, but there's a whistle and a foul going against Washington. Now the Mystics look straight to the bench and Sydney Johnson. They want to challenge this, and they will. There was a foul called against Eriefan. And the Mystics are challenging. So we'll go right back into a timeout. as this play will go to the replay center.
It's fine. It gives me more time to grab logos and sort everything out.
Yes, tomorrow our Major League Baseball coverage begins. First baseball game ever on the channel. We'll have the Yankees and the Cubs from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Both teams in the playoff race, of course.
So that means that I need Cubs are at the bottom, right?
Yes, they will be
Of the
batting at the
scoreboard?
bottom of the inning, and they'll be the bottom of the scoreboard, yes.
Okay. So I see that they've actually got them the right way around. I think. Yes, they have. Oh, keep the score, having it the right way round, and not the wrong way round. Okay.
Earlier today, the Yankees and Cubs played the first game of this weekend series. Yankees won the game 2-0, despite only having 4 hits. The hunt for October.
I know what
I
know what a hit is, by the way, Matthew.
Very good. Yeah, the hunt for October begins. We'll have baseball for you throughout the months of September, throughout August and September, on the road to the playoffs that begin in October.
Okay.
So again,
can you see my screen still?
I can.
Does that look all right?
It does.
And then the pain of having to change every single one. At least it's not like the full bottom 2 rows is colours and numbers. I do have a lot of space to work with, to be fair.
Now, through that challenge,
it won't be empty for long.
The Mystics have... It's a successful challenge from Washington, so they called a travel on Shepard after the review, and the Mystics inbound, leading by 1. This is the number 1 team in the WNBA in clutch points scored. Washington, we're getting close to clutch time here as they lead by 1, 3.5 left. In for Austin, who tried to drop it down low. It took a deflection. Ariafen recovered. Austin's only got 2 to shoot. She doesn't realize it. Finally gets off a jumper for the right elbow, but it did not get off in time. And it's a shot clock violation. And it'll go right back over to Dallas with 3:18 left. And here comes Bueckers into the front court to our left. Bueckers feeds it for Shepard near corner. Back up top for Alana Smith. Now Bueckers outside left with Citron defending. Top 2 in Rookie of the Year voting from a year ago. Now a switch. Bueckers gets double to the outside, flings it right corner. Agumba Wally knocked away by Onyenwere. Loose ball, Citron up with it. In transition, feeds it ahead, and gliding to the rim, Cody McMahon scores! The Washington defense creates quick offense. At the other end, Shepard off a screen, curls inside, leaves it underneath for Alana Smith, who goes up and draws a foul. And Smith will go to the line. Now that Mystics defense, as we've talked about all night, one of the top defensive teams in the WNBA this season. Oh, wow, Paige Bueckers is shooting a technical free throw here for Dallas, and she's made it. They've just called a technical foul on Washington coach Sydney Johnson, and how costly that could be as Bueckers makes the technical free throw. And now Alana Smith is going to go to the line to shoot 2, which if she makes, will tie the game. She's a 64% foul shooter on the season. She hits the first. And as you can see, Dallas is in the bonus. One more at the line for Alana Smith of Tasmania, Australia, and she knocks it down, and this game is tied. 3 free throws on that trip for Dallas. Here come the Mystics again. Number 1 in the league in clutch scoring, as I said. Entry feed to Austin, and through all kinds of traffic in the low post, draws a foul on Smith. Well, Dallas again. Last game they played on Wednesday came right down to the wire. It's a game in which they led by 12 with just 7.5 minutes left. They led by 5 with 30 seconds left and then got outscored 8-2 in those last 30 seconds and lost to Atlanta by 1 as Austin makes the first free throw. Both teams now in the bonus from here on out. And for Shakira Austin, who's had an amazing night, she's able to hit both of her free throws here. She's got 26 points on the night. That's one shy of her season high. She had that on July 12th against Seattle of 27. She's at 26 tonight. Dallas ball down 2 with about 2 to play. Fudd up top. Drives to the right elbow, spins it back outside. Smith on the deck, lost the handle, got it back, shoveled. Left baseline, Shepard down the lane. Shepard finds Smith underneath, and she lays it in to tie the game. Amazing control there by Shepard to not only keep handle of the ball, but find Smith. Now Washington with it again. Onyenwede outside. Citron lobs it to the right elbow. Catch by Austin. Spins right, spins left. Dishes underneath. Ariafin up to the rim, and she got mauled and fouled by Ogunbowale. And Ariafin will go to the line. So free throws for Kiki Ariafin to try to put Washington back in front. Actually, they're inbounding from underneath. Wow. And the inbound goes underneath the basket. And trying to rise up was Ariafin and had it slapped out of her hands. It's out of bounds with 4 on the shot clock. I don't know why they weren't shooting free throws there. McMahon to inbound, left corner. Trying to get off a shot and doing so with heavy defense on her. Citron misses, but it's recovered by the Mystics. And racing up the floor to get a timeout in is Sydney Johnson. So I'm still lost on why Ariafin wasn't shooting free throws off the previous foul. Nonetheless, Washington gets the ball, and a timeout in from Sydney Johnson there. And we're down to the final 90 seconds. Tied at 73, Dallas and Washington. Again, a WNBA doubleheader for you tomorrow. At 1, it's Las Vegas at Chicago, followed at 3 by New York and Phoenix. We've also got Yankees and Cubs tomorrow as we begin our baseball coverage. And then Sunday we'll have more WNBA action for you with the Fever and the Lynx. And then we've got the men's and women's final from the DC Open. It's got some Sunday
Does that work, Matthew?
Uh-oh. Got some. Oh, that, yes. Oh, beautiful. Look at him go.
Now, I'm going to try and make some more cool icons.
Washington to inbound. 1:30 left. Shot clock at 10. Inbound will come far side front court. McMahon gets it into Austin. Austin puts it on the deck and drives up the middle. Spins left to the rim. Throws it up wildly off the glass. No. Ariafin was still fighting for the rebound. It ends up out of bounds off Alana Smith. It'll stay with Washington, but the shot clock is inside of 3. So they'll have to operate quickly. Citron to get it in from the baseline. Lobs it into Austin, catches underneath, goes up, misses off the glass, got it back, and a foul is called. A foul is called on Dallas. It's on Smith, a shooting foul. And it'll send Austin to the line. My goodness. Well, when they have needed a bucket tonight, Shakira Austin has been able to deliver. That last foul on Smith will do it for her. Her 6th foul. She fouls out. Lee Ueru will come in for her. And now Shakira Austin, a 70% foul shooter, with a chance to give the Mystics the lead. 1:21 left. Austin's first free throw is good. What a night she's had. Her 27th point, which equals her season high that she had earlier this month against Seattle. Second free throw is good. Washington leads by a bucket. And Dallas has just taken the reset timeout. So they get to advance the ball. They'll inbound in the front court, far side. Bueckers will get it in. Agumbawale comes for the ball. Bueckers gets it to her, and then it's right back to Paige. On the midcourt logo, Paige Bueckers bounces it outside right for Shepherd. Shepherd drifts right, hands off for Agumbawale. Who's going to take the big shot here? Agumbawale steps back top of the arc, a 3 for the lead. Clanks off the right side of the rim, no good. Rebound Mystics, and it's Washington ball into the front court as McMahon snagged the rebound and gets it into the hands of Citron as we hit the final minute. High screen from Austin. Citron off left wing. Shepherd defends. High screen from Ariafin. Citron drives in for the left, goes through traffic, lost it, got it back. Fadeaway jumper left baseline, no. Rebound up for grabs. Bueckers and Ariafin fist fighting for it. And it's a jump ball. It's a jump ball, and Ariafin will have the size advantage. She'll have 3 inches on Bueckers. 37 seconds and change left. Shot clock resets. And a jump ball. Ariafin 6'3" against the 6-foot-tall Bueckers. Ariafin slaps it to the far side of the floor, and Citron has it. Shot clock at 10. It resets to 14 when Washington won it. Citron cuts left to the elbow. On the left lane line, leans in, hooks it up, no, but gets the foul on Ueru. And Citron will shoot at the line. And could put Washington up by multiple possessions if she's able to hit both. She got the mismatch she wanted against Ueru, and Citron hits the first free throw. One of the top players and one of the top teams in this league in clutch time. Citron's second free throw. It's good. It is a 4-point Washington lead. And a timeout taken by the Wings. Has not been the normal shooting night for Sonia Citron. She's really struggled against this Dallas defense. Just 3 of 18 from the field, but 2 enormous free throws right there. And it's Washington by 4. This is a Washington team that lost to this very same Dallas team by 23 points back at the start of the season on May 18th. They have led just about the entirety of this game tonight against Dallas. 92% of the game they've led have the Mystics. Incredible turnaround from both of these teams this season. Washington was 16-28 last season. A win tonight will equal their win total from last season. And Dallas, of course, was tied with Chicago for the worst record in the league last year at 10-34. They're 18-10 on the season, but it looks like they might be falling on the road tonight. But still plenty of time left. 24 seconds. 4-point game. They obviously need a bucket on this trip, and they need it quick. Whether that's a 2 or a 3, that doesn't really matter. They just need a quick basket. Where will they turn to get it? Will they go to Shepard, Ogumbawale, or Bueckers, or maybe even the rookie Fudd? It's Bueckers who will inbound near side front court. Gets it in up top to Ueru. Shoveled back for Bueckers. Drives on Citron. Goes to the basket on a straight line drive. And Bueckers scores. 2-point game. Timeout taken. Just inside the final 20 seconds. So as I said, needed a quick basket. And they got it, taking only 5 seconds off the clock. And Bueckers makes this a 2-point game. Timeout taken by the Mystics. So one timeout left both ways. I beg your pardon. One full timeout left for Dallas. Washington is out of full timeouts. They do have their reset. So as you see, less than 20 seconds left. 2-point game. Both teams in the bonus, and obviously Dallas in a position where maybe they can spend about anywhere between 3 and 5 seconds to try to get a steal, but if they can't after about 5 seconds, they're going to have to foul and just hope that they get a miss or two from the free throw line. If the Mystics can knock down free throws from here to the end, they'll be the winners. So it'll be an inbound in the front court from Washington. They have no timeouts they can use if they can't get it in. Can Dallas get a steal? Inbounded far side front court. McMahon will get it in with Ogumbawale jumping and waving her arms in front of her. McMahon does get it in to Citron. Fudd defends her on the midcourt logo and is not fouled yet. Now she does. No, she was trying to. They didn't call it. Still Citron runs around. And now Fudd is able to commit a foul that gets called with just over 10 seconds left. Yeah, she was trying to give the foul, and it wasn't getting called. 9 seconds ended up running off the clock. Valuable time. And now Citron, clutch player, terrific player. And an 89% foul shooter will go to the line, and she pours in the first. And now a big one right here. Dallas does have one full timeout left to take and advance the ball. Citron will try to make this a 4-point game, which would almost seal it. Second free throw is down. Washington's up by 4, and Dallas will spend their last time out here. Once again, Citron and Washington have come up big in clutch time. They are certainly heading towards a 16th win on the season, it would seem. You know, this is a team that has 2 of the top 5 rebounders in the WNBA. Austin and Eriefin, they rank 4th and 5th in the league in rebounds per game. They've both been terrific tonight. You know, Citron's really their best player. She's had an off shooting night, but 28 points from Shakira Austin, 20 from Kiki Eriefin. They have been terrific. And they've had to be, too. They've only gotten 7 bench points tonight, Washington. And again, despite the shooting struggles from Citron, she's got 16 points. Once again, Dallas needs a quick basket, but at this point, just 10 seconds left and no timeouts. Really, they need a 3 to have any chance here. Bueckers will inbound it near side front court with Citron defending in front of her. Bueckers gets it into Ueru. Shoveled back. Bueckers, top of the arc. Fires the 3. It misses wide right. Scrap for the rebound. Eriefin had it, and she's fouled by Ueru with just 5 and 6/10 seconds to go. And that will seal the deal for the Mystics. And what a win it is for this Washington team after losing to Dallas by 23 earlier in the season. What a turnaround result this is. Iriafen goes to the line. 66% for the season. Bends the knees, flicks the wrist, and is able to make the first. It's 80-75. Grinding out wins, this Mystics team with this great defense. Dallas averages 90 a game. They've been held to 75. Second free throw good. Inbound Bueckers. Left side of the floor across midcourt with 3 seconds and 2. Gives it up in the corner. 3 by Agumbawale at the buzzer. Comes up short and ended up hitting off the top of the glass and going in off the ricochet. That doesn't matter. Washington has won it. The Mystics score their 16th win of the season. They matched their win total from just a season ago. And it doesn't look like that 3 is going to count. I know there are some people that want to know if that 3 counts for other purposes. But at least for now, it doesn't look like it is. So Washington wins it 81-75. And as mentioned, that's a big-time win for Washington. Great performances from both Kiki Iriafen and Shakira Austin. Those two combining for 50 points. Austin with 28, Iriafen with 22. Citron scored 16 to go along with it. But it ends here tonight in D.C. The Mystics over the Wings, 81-75. We will see you tomorrow for a WNBA doubleheader starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with the Aces and the Sky, followed at 3 by the Liberty in Phoenix to take on the Mercury. We'll also have Major League Baseball for you tomorrow night, the start of our MLB coverage at 7 p.m. with the Yankees and the Cubs. For everyone here at USN, for the best producer in all the world, JT, Matthew Owens signing off. Washington takes it tonight over Dallas, 81-75. We'll see you for a